I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, are you looking for the go-to place to get your products created and promoted? Well, look no further than moesgroup.org. It is a sensational website, a sensational business that will help you with every aspect of your business plan. We are joined today by the owner. His name is Moe Mohamed, and we are delighted to have him as a guest on Spotlight. Moe, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Logan. It's my pleasure to be here.
My pleasure, sir. Love your website. It seems to encompass a lot from the creation of a product to the development of the product to the branding of the product, the promotion. Tell me a little bit about what your business does.
So I will take you a little bit back to the story of the company. So the name is Moes Group for a reason, because I come back from the financial industry originally, and I got into manufacturing for the last decade of my life and got to make over 360 different brands. Believe it or not all of them have succeeded to stay in the market just because of simple reasons. They didn't follow through with the brand identity, with the marketing, with the distribution, and they needed a lot of plugins to get their business going. And that was where this company got created. I saw a big gap on the market and I wanted to fulfill it. Through our experience in the industry and the amount of shows that we go to, we have a tremendous amount of relationships in the market. So we know people in the duty free, we know people in the airports, we know people in CVS, Walmart, Gelson. And in terms of distribution, we see them regularly in shows, we manufacture for their regular stock. So Moes Group was created based on that foundation, based on our network, based on our group to provide a full service to the consumers that are coming on board. So we started with creating a product, creating a mission, a brand identity to it. And based on the customer, what they're looking to create, we will make into market packages. So we have had, for instance, one of the products that are on our site, which is for skincare, Dior 24K. We started with them from zero, starting the brand, creating the full custom formulation for them, new packaging to the market. And then we start introducing the products with infused gold into them. We got a retail location inside of the Bally's, inside of Las Vegas Strip, created a huge demand for the product right off the rip because we have established presentation and luxury of where the product is being sold. And we have had other successful stories in the beverage industry. If you have checked our site, we have created the More Water brand. That brand is in 14 major airports, is in over 4,000 stores in California. We have done their brand identity into market package as well.
So basically, if an entrepreneur or a business person has an idea, let's say they want to develop a new type of shoelace, one that doesn't come untied. You would help them with the manufacturing of that shoelace, help them with the branding, and then even placement in the retail outlets.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. Because here's the most important thing about our industry. It's a cycle. So pretty much we rely on each other. If you're not going to be successful, I'm not going to be successful by product. And we all understand that we are in the industry. The distributor himself relies on the brand owner and on the manufacturer because they need to fulfill the customers that are waiting for this demand.
It sounds like a very, very fulfilling occupation, helping people make their dreams basically reality. What parts do you
Yes,
find the fun aspect of it? I guess that's more or less it, right? Bringing something to life.
that's pretty much where I got it into this industry, is because my whole passion is about bringing dreams into reality. Man, you have no idea the amount of joy I see in my consumers, the clients themselves when they create their brand and show it off for all their friends. And aside of all that, I feel good at the end of the day because I have helped millions of people because I provide a service. At the end of the day, whoever customer that comes to me and wants to create a product, it's them. That product represents them. It represents their good karma to the community, their help for a certain niche that they believe needs to be touched on. So when we create products, they have to stand out. They have to be very much providing value more than what it is to the market. It's not just that you're creating the same thing that is already out there. You need to be helping somebody with your products.
Now, for people who have limited resources, they have an idea for a product. Do you also offer print-on-demand solutions?
Print-on-demand solutions, we certainly do offer like certain white label packages as well for like the small entrepreneurs that are trying to get into the market. We have like some rifles that we do for them. So like example, we collect majority of all our production leftovers. So like I would produce waters, I would produce skincare, I would produce all these different products that complete one full brand, and they're all not labeled. They don't have any label on them. And then I will be giving them away to the new entrepreneurs that are trying to get into the market. So that way you'll have multiple different SKUs, their brand will look established, and it will be cost effective to get into the market.
Let's say I do want to get a product manufactured. What's the first step?
That's a great question right there, Logan, because the first thing that we come and talk about is the category. So what's the category you're into? Is it skincare? Is it beverages? Is it food? And from discussing the category, we go into the brand mission. That's one of the most important parts. It's like, what is the brand mission? And then from there, the brand mission categorizes our audience, gives us a very good outlook on the audience that we're going to be targeting. So with choosing your category, let's say, for example, you chose skincare. Let's say your brand mission, you want to help millennials. So our audience could choose that we need to choose plant-based ingredients and certain kind of packaging that is simple. And these are the grade of colors that we can choose for them. So that's what we provide every client that comes on with, is a guided brand catalog, which we say, hey, this is your brand. You're going to choose these logos. These are the colors. These are the fonts. And these are your audience. This is their age. This is the demographics. That's how much they spend. That's how much you can get out of this project annually if you do these steps. That's the first step that we would do for any customer that comes on. From there, the catalog has 3 variants. He would choose one variant of these 3. Once we have that, we'll create samples for them, about 16 different samples of that formula. So it's custom, so it's fresh. So you'll be like, I like this one. It doesn't smell so strong. I like this one's color. So we would to give them the exact formula. And from there, we would to be able to go into production. It's that simple.
Wonderful.
You know,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No worries at all. I was just saying, it's like people overwhelm themselves when they're coming into production or creating a brand. They feel it's such a huge assignment, which it's not small, but definitely something you want to take step by step and enjoy the process. That's the main thing about creating a brand.
Exactly. And then working with a group like yours is critical because they can come to you with the idea. You can help them develop it. You can put them together with the right manufacturers to create it. So a lot of pressure is taken off of the entrepreneur. A lot of the decision making is made easier because he's got this group of consultants working with him.
Absolutely. Yes. That's what we provide here at Moes Group, certainly.
What would you say the biggest mistake most startups make?
The most mistake that I would say like startups do is their network, you know, like, because it's not what you know, it's who you know. And that's have been always said, and it's been said for a reason. And that's because any successful businessman, you will find a large team behind him of people that are hungry to succeed. So if you're going in and you're just one person in a project like that, and you do not have the relationships, you do not have the people that will help you go through this, this is going to be your biggest issue, because it's who you know. Because if you know somebody like me, I'll be able to provide you with a lot of different services that will help you into the market. A lot of in the manufacturing industry issues are based on like trust, timeline, production quality. And for you to get that something consistent is very much gigantic for
Exactly.
your
And you're also
success. It's
working with
brutal.
a crowded field, I'd imagine. There's a lot of people who make different types of water, for example. So to work with a company like yours that can get that
Yeah.
product in 14 different airports is huge.
Yes, absolutely. It's important. That's how you stand out. That's how you create success. It's based on contracts. So it's like we were working with another brand of water as well. We contracted them with the Hiltons and the MGM resorts. So all what we did for them is just placing their waters just in there. And that's how you would be able to succeed, because that gives you a bloodline. You're always getting orders consistently every month, every 2 weeks, for a certain limit that you can calculate your whole revenue for the year based off, and you can start making growth business plans for your next year, for your next 6 month and establishment. When you start a business and you don't have no customers, no nothing, and you're on the ground and you're starting to sell it piece by piece, that's what makes the business fall under, because you're not able to give it that bloodline that it needs. You need to give it so much marketing in the beginning, brand awareness. You need to give it establishment. And not everybody understands that. That's where we come. Hey, we want to explain that to you. Hey, you need to have a certain budget of everything that you're going through for this next 6 months. This is how you do it. This is what you need in place. Because that way, guess what? I'm in business all year long with you, and you're in business all year long with me.
Exactly. And having that revenue stream, like you said, by having the water in the Hiltons or having the water in the airport or having the makeup available at Target or Walmart, that's going to be a game changer. That's going to be the difference between success and failure.
Certainly, yes, absolutely.
Wonderful. Now, when people first contact you, do you set up a virtual meeting online? Tell me about the process in how a person starts working with Moes Group.
So pretty much we're very active online. So people can reach us Instagram, Facebook. There's a chat funnel on the website as well. Once they reach out to us, we ask them over text the simplest questions just to know which category they fall into. And we create a consulting call right instantly for them as soon as it's available. Usually, I would say even 9 out of 10 of my customers, they meet us in person as well. After that initiative call, they would fly over to us, or we would fly over to them to be starting like doing the face-to-face introduction and start working on that business plan, because we really dive into their business. We'd be like, okay, do you have your EDL set up? Do you have all these channels set up? Because you're going to need to send invoices and all that electronically. And they want to see us and we want to see them, because it's a big investment that you're doing with us. And it's a huge investment that we're doing with you, because we have some of the most successful brands that are on Amazon. And for instance, their biggest issue is this: Amazon doesn't pay them consistently as you would think. It's 3 months, 6 months, it's staggered up. So when he's in a game like this and his smallest production order is $80,000 to $100,000 with me, and that's like you're speaking 2 weeks to a month, it gets heavy on the brand owner. We provide them with credits.
Right.
So to get to that, you needed to have a certain trust and a relationship. So I know him. I'm like, yeah, he's worthy. He's going to come through. Here's a line of credit for $2 million. You're able to go all year long, run through it. And that's how he feels very confident in locking 2-year contract, 3-year contract with me, because I provide the ease and comfort for him to be succeeding in his business. Because there's so many financiers that love our industry because our profit margins are amazing. It starts at 100%. You're absolutely, you create a product, and by the time it touches at Target, that product cost was like, if it's sold for $14, it manufactured at $3. So you
Exactly.
see, there's so many hands that pass into it that all of them gets paid. You know, it's like the manufacturer, the brand owner, the distributor, the wholesaler, then the retailer, and then the consumer. So there is a long path into it. So when you speak to like Silicon Valley in terms of funding, they love it. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, I would fund your purchase order, and then you pay me in 60 days."
Amazing, amazing. It's one-stop shopping, folks, for your business, from ideation to creation to promotion to branding. Check out moesgroup.org. It's a wonderful website. Contact one of the professionals there. If you have an idea for a business, if you've been kicking around something you've wanted to produce for a while, here's your way to do it. Moe Mohamed, thank you so much for joining us here today on Spotlight.
Thank you, Logan. It was my pleasure. Appreciate it.
My pleasure, sir. And to the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time on Spotlight.